Right. Um, I'm back, and the problem's solved. It wasn't actually a problem. Well, it was, and it wasn't. I basically just had to clear out the project and rebuild the files. But I'm back, so and we're back to it. I now have to rehook up that and the problem's solved. That this tile surfer thing that I completely destroyed. What's the volume of the desktop audio? I'm gonna turn the desktop audio down quite a lot. It's not that important. So yeah, okay. Okay, so let's rehook up the tiles. So it's now running without a problem, and we didn't change anything. We just deleted files and rebuilt it. So never mind. Let's pretend it didn't happen. If it happens again, I know how to deal with it. Unfortunately, I completely destroyed Tile Surfer. I didn't destroy it. I removed the hooks. So I'm just fixing them. Right, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced we need this begin play node. Maybe we do. No, we probably do actually. It's interesting way of doing that. Ah, I'm not connected to the source control. One moment. I need to reconnect. And we're good. Okay. So that should be the tile surfers hooked back up. We've already removed a lot of the creatures down here, and we removed quite a few there. We removed a fair few from there. We also changed the timers on a couple of things, giving the player a bit more time. So theoretically, this level should have been made significantly easier. I think I'm going to build my first patch of black ants down here. Okay. Right, we've actually got a bug here. It's this ant. Right, so I need to see what's going on its head. It's basically trying to pick up a food that's already in a... So it's creature decision that's causing the problem. So nearest resource is meant to actually do this check to see if it's got an owner. So all that's going on here is it's saying current target. Does it have an owner? Now I'm assuming it's current target, which I can actually check. It's Poppy Seed 47, which I'm assuming is this. Yep. So nearest resource from EotU, get resource by player. So it's checking whether resources are full. If resources aren't full, it's getting the nearest resource, which is coming back as that. However, get nearest resource should be ignoring it if it has an owner. But let's have a look. It's coming from creature. Okay, so it's this function that it's calling. And what it's doing is it's getting all the nearby resources. So it's at this point that it decides that this is the resource it's looking at. So current nearest, and at the end it returns current nearest. So there should be a check in here to check that it's not got an owner. So current resource. So nearby resources, I would suspect the check would actually be in there. That isn't useful. Okay, so here's nearby resources. So here's the check. So what this is actually a reverse iteration through the array. So if is valid low level is returning true. No, if it's not valid low level. So if it's not a valid actor that it's looking at, or get owner if it's got an owner, remove it. See, that seems fine to me. Nearest resource is probably C52. See, that's a bit strange. Okay, so what's going on here is this is actually working. Nearest resource is working and is returning this nearest resource here. However, so it's returning this seed over here. However, this ant's actually targeting this resource, even though that's the one that's being returned. Now we need to follow the logic here. This is going to be very important. Nearest resource. Okay, so that's casting it to a harvestable resource. We're not going down this route. We're registering our interest on this one. I don't see the... Here, obviously, our target's not being set. See, this is meant to target the nearby resource. And move to it. But on this occasion, we haven't targeted the nearby resource. In fact, what's caused the bug is the resource. Is the ant actually skipping that step somehow? I'm not quite sure how it came to be, but we need to put in a failsafe here. So it is close enough to the resource it thinks it is. Ah, but that's its current target. So it's actually using its current target to do a check whether it's close enough to it. But the current target hasn't been set by that point necessarily. So really, when interest gets registered, we need to set the target. I mean, here's the nearest enemy, right? When an enemy gets decided to attack, do we target the enemy? Nearest enemy creature. We don't. So is it possible to be attacking the wrong target as well? I mean, this is, can I attack target? Looks at its AI controller. Gets the current target. So what's that? Check carrying food. Current target equals. So I want to check where current target does get set. It looks like it only gets set once in this whole behavior tree. But I'm thinking it should probably get set when it makes the decision. But there might be a reason why I've not done that. I know you're not seeing what I'm seeing here. But basically, it's not. Registering our interest on something, but not necessarily targeting it. Can't think why it would be wrong to I'm assuming the creatures in the attack subtree, maybe it's part of selectability or something. I kind of get the feeling it should be something to do with register interest. Like, as soon as a creature registers its interest with something, it's a resource, right? I mean, I think that would fix it, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. Like, the interested creature needs to set its current target to the food item that it's interested in. Okay, I'm going to do that. Although this is hard to replicate. I don't think I've made any changes to this level since we started again. I know I haven't touched the behavior tree. So I'm just going to check the resource out the source control. Just before we return true here, the interested creature's current target is going to be set to the resource. And that should deal with it. Sorry, I've not I've been away in my own world, in my own developing world. Trying to fix this bug. Okay. So we should be good now. So what we should have here now is we should be able to now play this level with without that bug. But let's just check that doesn't seem to be a problem. Okay, we can actually get back to testing this now. It's quite interesting watching the ants deal with their issues. Right, we're getting that. Hopefully I magically managed to hit a perfectly balanced level right away in my first attempt. Surely that's the case. There's 9. There's 10 ants in total, but only 9 of them are responding to that marker, which makes me suspicious as well. I can have a look at who's actually assigned to that marker. We have an array of 4, an array, so that is 9. Pause it. So form corruptor worker 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workers are assigned to it. There's actually 6 workers that are assigned to it. 1, 2, 3, 4 black ants. So it's got the correct amount of black ants, but one of the workers that's meant to be exploring that marker isn't. So I can probably guess which worker it is just by looking at these. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 6, isn't it? Right, so he's worker 6 is actually following the marker. Oh, there he is. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 5 of them. How many workers are alive? 1, 2, 3, Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 workers are alive. Oh no, these are separate. That's slightly annoying. 1, 2, hang on. I don't need to manually count this. 12. So there's 12 alive. There's actually meant to be so that says 13. Yeah, 6 plus, yeah, it's 13, but there's 12. There's absolutely 12 of them. Eight. 5. 6. 7. 5. 4. Is there 2 5s? Five's assigned to 2 of them. Interesting. Claims 13. I'm guessing that's because... Yeah. So if I find worker 5, I reckon if I kill worker 5, 2 eggs will hatch. One egg hatched. Oh no, 2 eggs hatched. Okay, somehow we've got a bug here that this will be because of the changes I made yesterday. We've got a bug here that allows workers to be double assigned. Got a 10. Right, so I'm assuming now that, yeah, that marker's gone back up to 10. Okay. So, let's have a look at the nursery tile representation. Okay, this is what spawns the ants. I haven't had any ants die this game so far. Don't think, no, I haven't tunneled into any of the areas where the enemies are yet. So, yeah, this just happened of its own accord. It's this that hatches the ant, like. So this sets its property, and this sets its tenancy. So the owning tile to underground tile reference. I'm trying to think how this is possible. There is some code on the creatures which assigns them to tiles themselves at the beginning of the game, and it's there. It's on colony creature begin play. It's there to so at the beginning of the game, so each game you don't have to set the whole thing up. You can just drag ants on and go, right, done. And this happens when an ant's hatched. So it's possible that if this is not creature name black ant, see here, it's trying to. It's saying if my property's null pointer. However, yeah, this will be what's doing it. However, its property doesn't get set until after begin play runs. This is a bit of an oversight on my part. Okay, I know how to fix this now. What we need to do is we need to expose property on spawn of colony creatures. So, again, I'm going to check colony creature out the source control. In fact, we can actually bring the code for assigning properties right the way into the spawn of the creatures themselves. So on the begin play, it can deal with the assignment of properties. So what I want to do is expose this for when the creatures spawn. And I've actually thought of a slightly more efficient way of doing something else as well. So in discovering this tiny little bug, we'll actually end up with a better program. So, creature.h is where the example is. Colony ID. There we are. So I just need to copy that into here. Okay, so its property is now exposed on spawn. So now, in here, in begin play on, not this, no, wrong thing. So in the begin play here, so what we've got here is if property is null pointer, So this is going to be an else if. So if property does exist, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a check. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set its... Is property just an actor? Oh, it's an UG tile. Get function representation. Actually, it's this that I care about. Tile function. Nursery iterator. It's actually iterating over nursery representations here. Now, nursery representations yeah, I should be able to get function representation. Cast it to a nursery representation. Which is there. And then we're looking at setting its tenant. Tenant equals this. Right. This might crash it. If it's got a... See, I'm wondering whether to do a check before that its property is actually a function representation. And the way you do that, so if it's got a property and casting it to a function representation returns true, or yeah, is not a null pointer, then we can set that. Okay, so that's got a check on it as well. Okay. Right, so I'm going to build this again. Oh, it's done. Damn it. Oh no, sorry, that was me building Unreal Engine. Yeah. I don't need to rebuild the Unreal Engine. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going to get a coffee. Back in a sec. What's that building? looks to me like we're built. Okay, I now need to change how the spawning of creatures from those tiles is handled, because a property has to be passed in now at spawn. Okay, so here's the two different actors spawning. I'm going to change slightly how this works now. See, there's the property. See, I could just shove a property in there and that would work fine. However, I kind of want to streamline this now. Or at least streamline it a bit more. So as I add things in, it's the simplest it can be. So I'm going to create a colony. I spawned. Spawn class. Okay. So this is actually going to be a reference to a colony creature type. A reference, no, not a reference, a class, sorry. Okay, so here we've got the worker and here we've got the soldier class. So now, instead of faffing around with these different types, I'm just going to plug that spawned class into this top one here. The property is actually, do it here, owning tile. Now I can get rid of this one, because we're handling it all through the same one. So now I've only got one route of things that happen. We no longer need to set the tenant or the property, because we've done that. So that should be that. Now this is pointless. Because I can now just plug that straight into there, because it's only ever used that once, which is to spawn an AI controller. So spawn the AI after it's appeared. Okay, I think we're a bit more streamlined now. So as we add creatures to the game, new tile types, all we need to do is add the class there. So there we go. Watch this crash now. I don't see your cursor. Oh, sorry. I was doing this. No. You got a point. It's the issue with getting used to developing on two screens. Yeah, so basically what I just did there whilst we were off screen was there was a second one of these for the black ants. Instead, I added them to the same place, made the class get selected at this point. Yeah, I need to... need to make sure it's on screen. I mean, the easiest way for me to make sure it's on screen is to make sure the Twitch chat... Make sure I can always read Twitch chat. If I can't read Twitch chat, I'm probably developing on a screen that Twitch can't see. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so essentially I've streamlined this process. So now if we want to add ants to the game, when we create the creature, we can just add them into this class selector that's going to spawn it here, and this is the property, and we've made it so it sets all the tenancy. So the ant gets set to being the tenant of the tile, and the tile gets set to being the property of the ant, all within the ant itself now. So let's go back to level 2. Sorry, it's good we're getting through these bugs are being spotted as we're going. I mean, it slows down the process of sorting the levels, sure, but it's stuff that has to be fixed. Something you may notice in this build now as well is that the if you've played before, you may notice that the dig speed's a bit slower, and we felt it was a bit quick before. Like you could just dig the whole map without putting any thought into it at all. I need to check that those original ants were actually assigned to their it looks like they were. Yeah, it's fine. They are behaving correctly. Okay, I'm going to build a few more workers. So I'm actually going to play this level through now, provided we don't get any more bugs. If we get another bug, I'll stop again and we'll solve it. Okay. I should be gathering the food from up here. I don't want to build too many workers at the moment, because I'll mess myself up, because I won't be able to build any soldiers if I'm careful. Yeah, something else you might notice is that the food values have massively changed. So each piece of food's now worth a lot more. Ants cost a lot more to hatch. Ants cost a lot more to build. If you notice, like on the tooltip there, black ant is now 50 food to place and 5 food to hatch, up from 10 to place and 1 to hatch. So all food values are increased by a factor of 5. But that also includes the food that you're picking up. So you shouldn't notice much of a difference. I mean, there's theoretically more of a difference because the food on the floor now has a chance of being between 5 and 15 instead of 1 to 3. But it shouldn't be a major difference. Okay, so earlier today we nerfed a couple of areas of this level. Well, it was one area in particular, which was when we break through into this area. That's because we were getting attacked from ants here, here, and here at the same time. And I've thinned out the amount of ants you get attacked from there, and also increased the timers for the next lot to come in. So we should be good. Do I want more workers? Not sure I need any more at the moment. Let's go get the food down here. So whilst I'm playing and I'm not actually developing anything, we may as well have it on a bigger screen. Okay. I'm going to increase the size of this chamber as well. Particularly as we're about to go into the portion of the level where time matters. Perhaps shouldn't have spent that much food. Oh no, I've still got one area to tunnel out up here actually. Let's do that now. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, the new movement code should actually quite dramatically affect the level. So that's why everything's needing a rebalance, and it's mostly because things won't walk through each other anymore. We had that in a while. We put that in a while ago, and they still can do it if they're not fighting. But it was put in order to prevent blockages into the nest. Like if they got blocked for a short period of time, they'd be able to walk through other ants. However, what that caused in combat was for everything to just walk through each other and end up everything at the front line. So that's been changed now. Yeah, there's something with the movement here as well that I'm going to tell Liam about. And it seems to be when they pick up a seed, they walk forward a step before turning around. I've got a feeling I know why that is. Oh, they will have all dropped their food there because I've run out of space. Okay. Probably got plenty there. So my new ants are hatching now. Don't want to build too much more. That's because it's 5 food to hatch now. That's enough to rehatch all my ants a couple of times, so I think that's fine. But I do need to get my army down here. You may notice now as well that team colours are more prominent. So these are neutral, they don't belong to a team. But we're obviously the red team, so we've got nice clear red stripes on us now. Right, I'm going to get some more workers, I think, actually. Grab that food, quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Something you might spot here is that black ants will now drop food if they see an enemy. Although it doesn't look like you're going to spot it because... Actually, I need to open up that route, don't I? There's the rear attack. I think I need to make the timers more obvious. I mean, they're very subtle at the moment. You totally miss them. There needs to be like an objectives panel here that's maybe collapsible. It just tells you what your current objectives are, or timers, or... So maybe objectives and... I just call them objectives. Do we have time to do another pickup? I'm pushing it now. Right, I'm gonna move my soldiers out of that group. Get those ready for that, and my workers can continue to pick up. Oh, my food stores are filled up again. God, it doesn't take long, does it? I need some more space. Space! Also build a second room here. I'm going to need more nest ants, I think. Nest workers, I mean. So let's build like a nest room here. Yeah. All my soldiers have started off to take food back. I actually think if I stop my workers going out now, that would be beneficial. Just get them to do the nest jobs, because there's plenty of nest jobs to do at the moment. Actually, let's do that. So far, this level's feeling about right. Like fairly well balanced. I'm gonna build a food storage zone here. Now, we've changed food storage, so it now costs to place it. So there is a kind of alternate considerations now, rather than just throw it. You shouldn't just be throwing it down anyway. You should be consider if you actually need it. Although on a lot of these levels, particularly this one, building a forward food storage makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we look like we got a handle on this at the moment. The next rear attack's coming in soon. Never spend all of your food in this. Right, I need to bring my soldiers back. Actually, I think it's down here that they're coming from this time. Okay, it's going alright. My workers need to get back. Okay, I'm gonna lose quite a few workers there, I think, but it shouldn't matter. Yeah, this is the area that caused the biggest problem last time. Well, this is the area that killed me last time. It was actually this rear attack that's coming in, but I've reduced the number of enemies and increased the timer on the rear attack. However, I'm starting to think I need a group at home, so as they die, the new ones I'll keep at home. It looks like we're about to win this. Throw my workers in there as well. That's good. Right, these workers gathering that food there. Okay, I want everyone at the Queen. Let's fight them a bit further up the corridor as well, so the Queen's not taking damage during the fight. Yeah, these are doing the confuse attack, which leaves a damage over time on them and causes ants to kind of wander around in confusion for a second. So that spray does a lot of damage to the ants. But once these are dead, that's the rear attacks dealt with. I think this is the hardest point in the game, to be honest, in the level. I'm doing well for food at the moment as well, so it's questionable whether I've got enough workers on the nest, so I'm going to move some of the workers back to the nest. I'm going to let the workers kill this. It'll take them a while because they're only workers, but okay, my force is quite formidable now. less concerned. Yeah, and the workers have killed the queen, and there's some chunks of queen food. Chunks of queen. The next lot has come. Okay, so now the constant spawn's happening. But I've slowed it down a bit to what it was before. When Liam played it, he said he couldn't get through it because the constant spawn was just too quick. But I've slowed it down quite drastically, so we should start to make headway with this. So I'm pretty sure we're killing ants faster than they're arriving, so we should be fine. Though obviously they don't have a limited resources. We do, so that would be how we lost this. Is if we weren't making headway. Does it look like we're making headway? It's hard to tell. Right. 1 died. 1 arrived. 2 died. 1 arrived. 3 died, 2 arrived. 4, 5, 6 died, 4 arrived. Yeah, we're definitely making headway. Oh, it's a bit slow, like. Yeah, as soon as we break through this line, we'll get a better surround on them. Right, so I don't think it's overpowered now. I think this part of the game could do with speeding up somehow. Oh, it's probably fine. Just like the final push, right? Watch the swarm attack. Alright, I think this level's fairly well balanced now. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm moving on to the backer level. Let's put my music back on. Okay, so again, the backer levels had some heavy changes to it. Obviously, in this level, I reckon these packs will need thinning, because you won't be able to kill them in time. It's nothing to do with the strength of your army. It'll just be the fact that you're fighting them in bottlenecks, so you can only kill them at a certain rate. I mean, bottleneck's good for the weaker side, right? So if you're the stronger army, the key to the start of this mission is just to let the ants do their thing until you've gathered because you start off with being assigned multiple food items and such. Okay, I probably need a couple black ants for this first wave. I'll see if I can get to 5. I'll get 7. We're good. Actually still got some time, so maybe I'll send my black ants to help gather food. Okay, we do need some resources in reserve, but the first wave should just be 1, I think. Yeah. Okay. I actually have no idea how difficult this is going to be. It could be absolutely solid. My colony's small, I don't really need many workers. Although I should have probably recruited my black ants to gather resources during that short period of time. Okay, so I've got 40 seconds now. Let's get the black ants gathering that food over there. I'm going to build a small food chamber here, but I don't want to spend too much of my money on building more new food chambers. Okay. Let's get my black ants back in place now. Workers need to gather food. Got to keep my colony growing at a fairly steady rate. Wave 5 is the first time it gets difficult. Why am I building more workers? Because they're cheap. Okay, I think this is the last area I can actually gather food from. I think this is the boss wave as well. So I'm just gonna get that food put into storage. And then we're going to start hacking away at these other food storage areas below me. I suspect I'll be killed quite quickly once that actually starts. I appear to have glitched the big guy. Well, that's not going to be a very good balanced check, is it? Be dead before I can do anything about you. Hang on, you won't... Oh! I think I know what's wrong. Maybe. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I'll see if the next one's got a problem. Hang on one sec, guys. Back in a sec. Right. Wait. That should be fine. Right. Very good. The stores are full. Damn it. Right. Okay. Time to split forces. So we're winning this fight down here, but we're likely to be losing that one as a result. Maybe not. Maybe we had big enough. Yeah, we actually have big enough forces to split them effectively. I won't bank on having big enough this time. And this is going to be an issue with this build now. Oh god. These are hunting for a place to put down food. You know what? The simplest way of fixing this problem is just to build some creatures. Okay, I'm going to get some more workers. Oh god, wave 9. I didn't realise. Okay, here we go. This will be a good test of my forces. Oh, also, I want to make sure it's actually attacking. Oh, it isn't. Okay, hang on. Okay, something's causing that not to attack. Let's have a quick look at it. Right, I want to look at its abilities and its colony ID. Right, its colony ID is correct. It's got its spray and basic attack, that's fine. It must be something to do with the way that it's spawning, because I've changed the way some of the spawning works. I mean, the larvae aren't attacking either. None of the forward forces are attacking. Okay. Well, this isn't going to be a very good test of balance at all. I mean, I have changed the way the spawning works, so it's probably that. But let's check their AI anyway. Creature AI, controller 151. They're being spawned with the wrong behavior tree. This is an old one. Yep. Okay. We know what's wrong. Unfortunately, it completely nullifies that round of playing. Fortunately, I know how to deal with it. So if we open the level blueprint, here's where the spawning happens. I don't think this is ever used in this level. Oh no, maybe it is. The spawn pack, no. Okay, so instead of this, I'm looking for spawn. See, I've changed how all this works now. Spawn actor from class. It's a swarm creature. these are the three types of classes here. They get spawned. They're all using the wrong. Now, I can quick fix this by simply changing that behavior tree. However, if things ever changed again, I would need to fix it again. So it's probably best I actually fix it. Right, it's not going to be an actor class, it's going to be a swarm creature. Okay, so here we've got the colony ID, that's correct, it's -1. So the class is just going to be whatever this class is. Make transform. Okay, so its transform is going to be... There's rotation to spawn. There's location to spawn. But what are these? No references. No references. They are not. Is the answer. These just are not. Okay, cluster spawn. That's fine, fine, fine. Okay, that's all good. Ah, right. Location actually needs to be given a random element, apparently. So let's do that. Right, no longer do we need to set the colony ID on it. Food values will need to be set because they're custom for this level, because this level becomes way too easy if the food values are what they normally are. Okay, so now instead of... So instead of actually spawning anything, that's fine. Ah. Yeah, okay, we actually needs to be another local variable. Oh, it's an integer, not a... Of course it is. Okay, so this is spawning the creature. That's setting its food value. Yeah, the swarm point is still the queen. So what this is now, this now replaces all of this. And where's location to spawn set? It's about back here. So yeah, all that's set back there. Don't need to worry about that. Rotation to spawn as well is set elsewhere. Doesn't need to be cast to a creature anymore. Okay. So we need one of these for each. So it decrements the value of the creature to spawn. Okay, so the classes need to be set. So this is Beach Tiger Beetle. This is, I'm assuming, Devil's Coach Horse Adult. And this will be Devil's Coach Horse. It's actually the larva. Okay, so food value of the adult is 40. Food value of the larva is 5. I've actually changed it now so creatures spawn without collision, and they only gain collision when they're not on top of another creature. And this is so there's not stupid stuff happening with creatures appearing, like loads of creatures appearing on top of each other. Should be fine. Right, so that should be fine. Right, I don't actually think this is used. Let me just double check. I don't think it's actually used anywhere. So level 4. So that's where we are now, and that's the old version of it. So yeah, this isn't actually used anywhere. Save. Right, okay. That should be... That's done. Okay. Ugh. This is a bug that occurs. It must be something to do with the way we've got it set up. But if I make large changes to a level, this bug occurs, and I've got to I'm afraid the only way of me sorting it is to actually clear out files and do a proper full rebuild of everything. I'm trying to think what's the... Right, let me just try rebuilding the C++ version of the files. Gonna get rid of... No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this properly. Okay. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a moment. Right, there I am. You can watch my face as I struggle through this. If I struggle through this, I mean just delete a load of stuff. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, it's something here that I don't need. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, okay, that's right. Right, I'm rebuilding it at the moment. Once this is done, we should be back on. Okay, build succeeded. Okay, we should be back. I haven't quite worked out what it is. I think it's to do with when I changed the level blueprint. Which is annoying because I actually need to do it quite frequently. But yeah, anyway, it's working again now. I should notice this being significantly harder now because the enemies should actually fight back. Which generally makes a game harder. I think some of these bottom ones are just going to be impossible in this build. So I think I'm going to have to seriously thin out their numbers in order to make this fun. Ah, I haven't spawned AI with them. Don't worry, I know what's going on there. Unfortunately, it might cause the whole thing to break again. Oh, we're not actually connected to the source control. Just deal with that. Okay. I guess this will definitively tell me whether this is what causes the problem. So what the issue is here is that with this spawn actor, it doesn't actually spawn any AI with it. The other method of doing it did, but that means we can't expose variables on spawn, and we need to set things like colony ID. So yeah, it's that. That's all it needs. Unfortunately, this is going to cause this to crash, I suspect. No. Well, then we don't have a definitive answer. But on the bright side, it didn't crash. Maybe the player should have some staffing resources in this. Oh, what happened there? I'm struggling. Right, we've got some sort of issue here. Been watching this amp for a while. It's not doing anything. So trial state is not equal to 0. It's not equal to 2. It's not on the surface. It is underground. Okay. Next, it's doing a check on all of these. So trial state is not equal to 1. Its room call to arms is not on the surface. Trail state is not equal to 1. Its room call to arms is not underground. So what is its trail state? This will be in colony creature. So its trail state's equal to 3. So 0 is waiting to follow the trail. 1 is following the trail. 2 is at the end of the trail. 3 is on your way back from the trail. So it's on its way back from the trail. So its trail state equal to 0. No, so that's the hanging out of the trail. It should be in this area somewhere. So this is trail state equal to 3. And this is room call to arms underground. That should be yes, but it's coming back as no. So what happens if it hasn't got a room call to arms? Honestly, if it hasn't got a room call to arms, it should not be down as following the trail state. Check for trail allocation. Check room call to arms. It's false. Oh, it's wandering now. Sorted itself out eventually, but it was longer than I'd deem acceptable. Hey, we finally have enemies. Fortunately, I'm massively behind on this playthrough now. But I do need to keep an eye out for trail issues. The way trails work, I mean, it's fairly logical, but it is open to problems. Yeah, I think I need to give the black ants a slightly longer attack range. Not by much, just a little bit. Those ants. These ones. Okay. We should be grabbing that food fast. So the surrounded level's gonna have exactly the same issues in that it spawns a lot of creatures, does the surrounded level, and I've changed the way creatures spawn now. So that's actually going to be a serious consideration. Although I was fairly pleased with the way I put the surrounded level together, so I don't think it's going to be hard to update. Yeah, this is the boss round. It's not really doing its spray attack much. There we are. It's alright. As long as it's doing it. Okay, we're good. Basically want them to have one pass at grabbing food over there to help the workers and then get straight back to it. I actually feel like I need some more workers now. Workers don't die nearly as often, so they can. I'm happy placing them further away from the queen. Okay. That may have been a bad idea. Looks like we're alright. I do reckon the best way to do this level is actually to have ooh, attack from both sides, nice. I do feel the best way to do this level is to build two groups. One to attack forward, the other one to push behind, so to speak. Okay, so my rear attack group I'm going to set up here. This is going to be the smaller group. Basically, I'm just going to leave those in battle for a while whilst these 19 deal with the waves that are coming. Okay, that is definitely an issue. I'm not sure what it's caused by. Might be something like tabbing out or something. Basically, oh no. Well, that's gone horribly wrong. I've run out of food as well. It's over. Problem is it takes so long to kill these rear groups. Okay, so I think we've determined that the rear packs need to be nerfed significantly under the new system because it takes too long to kill them. And that's the only reason why, really, but I think that group's fine. But it's like there's no... It goes from, what's that, 7 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 11. And 11 takes significantly longer to kill than 7. Okay, so let's reduce the 7 to 4. Okay, so that's 4. Make this group, that should be 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it was 11 there before actually. So that's 7. So we step up from 4 to 7. We then need to pick the next location to attack. Let's say it's this one. So 7, maybe another 3. So 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 5 of these need to be removed. Four, 8, 10. Yeah, cool. Okay, so from 10 to about 13, so I'm stepping up at roughly 3 a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's actually right. Okay, so after 13, I think it needs to be a little bit slower. Maybe we stay in this area and we go with this one. Is this the area with the queen in it? It's just default pawn, isn't it? So yeah. So no one down. This one here is a queen. It's not. It's just one black hand. Oh, there we are. So that's a queen. Oh, yeah, there's the second black hand queen. Okay, so the second black hand queen's in some sort of ridiculous chamber. At the moment. But I do intend to dial them back a bit. Although I think the end chambers should be quite horrific. So there should be... This one should be quite horrific. And a couple of the others, because basically only the most extreme players should be able to get there. So this is 13, right? I'll reduce this to 12. Okay. So the order you should be taking this on in is... So after you've got everything that's not defended, you need to go here, 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 then here. So that's 12, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. So this one can be 14 or 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it's quite a lot. Quite a lot more. So let's reduce the numbers here. Okay, so that's what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'll go with 14. Because, like I say, it's this amount of time it takes you to kill them, not necessarily the not necessarily the amount of them that are there that's the problem. Right, I'm going to be back in a moment. I need to get something to eat soon. Come in. I'm back. I know you've all left me now. No, you haven't. You're all still there. Right, I got myself some food. So essentially, I think I need to keep going like this. I think it'll be okay. I mean, the length of time that it takes to kill the packs is obviously going to get bigger and bigger, because you're always only ever going to have a single tile sized entrance to the packs. However, the concept will be that you're just expecting a longer fight, so you need to keep your group split and manage your resources appropriately. Okay, so this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, so the next group here or here. This one, I think. Then that one. So about 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Need to delete 4 of them. That's 16. The next group would be 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Delete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a lot from this pack. Bring some of these outliers further in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You need to get rid of 2 more. Okay, so that should be alright. So that's 16, that's 18. Okay, so what have we got left? This one's probably fine. That's a queen there. She'll have food on her. I'm not sure how much food queen contains, actually. Let's have a look. It's not in AI, it's just in creatures. Swarm. Black Ant Queen. 400. It's probably fine. 400 would have been a lot, but this is probably fine. So moving on. So I've got these 4 major packs at the bottom now. So at this point, so this needs to be about 20. I think this needs to be the biggest pack. So it made that 20, 22, 24, 26. Okay, so this needs to be 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So I need to delete 11. Recount 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21's probably fine. So 21, this needs to be 22. Honestly, I'm just going to delete some before I even start counting. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Still quite a few. Too many. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There's too many still. Okay, we're good. It's 24, so this needs to be 26. 20, oh no, it must be 22, wasn't it? Alright. Need to get rid of 2 more of them. That'll do. Okay, so this needs to be 20, 22, 24. So again, let's just hammer away at some of them. Or chip away at some of them before. I'm not expecting that I'll actually be able to do this. After all, I couldn't do the original. I mean, personally, I'd be happy if I can if I can deal with the first beach tiger beetle. If I can do that, I've got the level to the point where I think it should be at, because this level should be hard. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so I need to get down to 24. So we're talking remove 8. One sec. that right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Even if it's not right, it's close enough. Okay, let's... Oh, I've got to make sure I don't accidentally delete the queen here because there's a queen in this room. But it's named appropriately, so... As long as I read everything. I didn't actually read that one. I'm pretty sure the queen's towards the centre of the room anyway, so... That's the queen. Maybe this room can have a few more in than the rest. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, needs about 6 removed. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. But let's get rid of about 5, no, about 4. This seems horribly unscientific, it's because it is really. I'm just feeling this out. The queen's still there? Is this our queen? Yeah. Right. So... we should now have a much more balanced play experience. So I need to go these, 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 these. That should be the order that a player takes in order to have the simplistic simplest solution to the problem. You know what? This level has... How much food's that? Because I added in something that allows me to give players starting resources. There's quite a bit there, actually. So rather than doing that, if I just click on this, here, starting resources. I give the player 150 starting resources. 50, 100, yeah. We save and test this, because okay. There's a bug with it, obviously. I viewed all tiles and says it was not able to give 100 resources to player 0. I'll run it again. Do we get the same issue? Yeah, we do. I actually suspect I know what's wrong with it as well. I'm going to have to take a look at the game mode, actually. No, it's game state, actually. So here's the code that does it. My guess is it puts 10 on each tile. Have the amount tiles can hold has actually gone up. Significantly. So it's running this function on a food store representation, which has this value max food storage. So EotU game state is telling a tile to add food to tile of amount, which will be 150 to start with. So 150 is getting passed into here. A quick calculation is being done for space on tile, which is max food storage. Which I could do with looking at its default. Right, well there's an issue. because that's wrong. It's 50 now. It used to be 10. So I need to check this out. What's this? Food store representation. .h. No, not 500. 50. So I'm thinking at this point in the game, it may not have actually fetched it from stats. Having said that, if I have a look at the we actually have this properly set up, so there is actually no need for that to use a default. We can just get it from the game state. So okay, so it is getting it from the game state. But yeah, the gifting procedure it won't have run its begin play yet. Because this is in game mode. But yeah, I've set the default now. We should be fine. Oh, it does need some thinking about. The thing is, when the game's actually running the function. It's before its own begin play. So I suspect yeah, we've now got 150 food. We've got the right amount of food. That's got 50 in. There's essentially 3 seeds here with 50 in. The gifting food was a little bit crude, to be fair. I actually think I need to do a bit more work on that. I need to break them down into so add food to tile. No, it's not add. What is add food? Is that what's being run? Yeah, add food to tile. So that's the space on tile. Space on tile is greater than 0. Food held equals food to add. Nice to see you again, John. You're right. Whereabouts in London are you guys going to be? Where are we staying? We're it's somewhere fairly near the. It's about a mile. I know every morning we're gonna have about a mile walk to the train station, but it's a direct line from there, so it's not too bad. And where more exactly? I would be glad. Where more exactly? I'd be glad to be there too. You said something about ESL or something. EGX. Yeah, EGX. Resd. If I get the site up. It's the tobacco dock. No, it's EGX. But yeah, it's on at the tobacco dock in London. So yeah, that's the event we're going to be at, and we're going to be showing the game. It'll be a surface level available to play. Although we are still working on it. At the moment today, I'm just tackling the problems that I've created by updating the demo. So I want to create multiple seeds here. So it'll be instead of if space and no, space tile is greater than 0. So this generates a seed. Really, this needs to be a for loop here. So for or while. No, it's a while loop. So whilst space on tile is greater than 0, generate a seed. temp seed. So it makes a seed. This is all its stuff with the seed. So if food to add is less than space on tile. Right, does this seed class have I'm wondering if it's got a max. Right, for now, I'm going to hard code this in. All this is going to be a temporary value. So if food to add is greater than 15, and space on tile is less than or equal to 15, then what's wrong with that? Special. Space on tile is in fact apparently a function. That's why it's complaining at me. Max food storage minus food stored. Okay, that makes sense. In fact, that should possibly be the function call. I don't think there's any reason for that not to be the function call. And that. There is no reason for that at all. Okay, so how are we doing? So if food to add is greater than 15, no. Food is less than or equal to 15, and space on tile is less than or equal to 15. So this is the situation where there's less food to add than we need to, and we've got space for it. So the food held is going to be food to add in this case. And the food to add value is going to equal 0. At that point, we need to return because there's food to add now equals 0. Okay. The next situation is the situation where, oh, hang on. going to be present. Going to present the game for the whole 3 days. Yes, we are. We're going to be at. We'll be there for the entire 3 days. There'll probably be 2 of us on the booth at any one time. We've got 2 computers, and we're going to be in the Unreal Engine showcase area. So yeah, we'll be there with the booth. There'll always be someone with the booth. Me, Mike, Liam, and Matt are all going. So 2 of us at any one time should be there. Okay, so that's the situation where we're finishing up with the food. The next one is if space on tile has to be greater than 0. So if space on tile is 0, then that needs to be done in here as well before we return. I'm going to comment this so I know what's going on. Case where less food to be added than space on tile. This doesn't quite work. I'll work it out in a moment. Okay, so food to add is less than 15. We always yeah. And space on tile is actually greater than or equal to 15. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so the next case is case where food food to add is greater than space available. So food to add 1 seed is greater than space available. Okay, so if excellent. Look forward to seeing you there. Okay, so this is the so if food to add that's I've got to get this right. It's getting later in the day and doing maths becomes harder. Or conditional statements. It's the case when the food to add so the 3 situations are we're either adding a 15 cost seed to the tile because there's space for it. So if the space on the tile is greater than equal to 15, it doesn't have to be greater than 15. It has to be greater than or equal to the food to add in this situation, not 15. God, I'm getting there. So this is the situation where so the next seed is going to fill up the tile. So this is when food to add is greater than the space on the tile. But still the space on the tile is still in this situation, the space on the tile. I'm gonna have to go soon. But anyway, it's still in this situation, the space on the tile is more than food to add is greater than the space on the tile. This is also food to add. It's less than or equal to 15. So there's more food than the tile's going to be able to hold. So in this case, this is also the last seed that we're spawning. However, food to add isn't being sent to 0 in this case, because it needs to continue spawning seeds. The food held is actually going to be space on tile. Food held is going to be set to the space on the tile, although I actually need to store the space on the tile. Temp tile space equals, because then I need to reduce the food to add by that amount. So food to add, I'm assuming that's what I did down here. That doesn't make any sense. I guess it does if I did it at the time. But yeah, it's essentially going to be the same as this. Food to add minus equals temp space on tile. Store resource. Okay, so again, that's another final one. And this is the situation where adding a seed will not fill up the tile, and it will not, and we'll still need to add another seed. So in this case, we're not going to be returning at the end. So it's going to be similar to this one. So case where food to add will not fill tile. Food to add brackets in this seed will not fill the tile. So food to add doesn't have to be less than anything. So this is the case where food to add is greater than 15. the food to add is less than, no, the space on tile is greater than 15. Okay, so in this situation, are you planning on staying for the Friday and Saturday night party as well? I've not we've not really planned our evenings. I've no doubt we'll be going for some sort of party. I don't know whether we'll be going to the official EGX ones. It's hard to say. We're not leaving London until Sunday, so well, Liam's leaving on Saturday, but the other three of us are hanging around until Sunday morning. But I'm just not sure what form it'll take. And some days you're really tired after showing a game all day. Although we're trying to split up our shifts so we're not so shattered after each one. Actually, I don't think that's needed either. This one doesn't return. So we don't need to know that. All we need to do is we equals 15. So the food held is 15. Food to add minus equals 15. And then store the resource. Right. I'm not saying I've got no faith in my ability to get this right first time, but I've got no faith in my ability to get this right first time. So, you know, I've got no ability to... Maybe it'll work. Maybe this will be perfect. And we'll see multiple seeds on each tile. I'm not too happy with this. This... Location. Oh no, that should work fine actually, looking at how it works. Okay. Okay, which one? Hold out. And go. This is taking an unusually long amount of time. This looks like a forever loop. It's got that feeling about it. Like it's just doing loads of calculations, working out how much food to put on a tile, with no end in sight to these calculations. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, so So that'll be this while loop going forever. It's probably to do with my if statement, because if one of these is wrong, there'll be a circumstance there where yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop the stream there. I'll figure this out in my own time, but you get the idea. It's those different circumstances, and I will continue to balance these levels out. We should have the updated demo pretty soon. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I'll if you are coming to EGX Res, we look forward to seeing you. Do come over and say hello. We'll be manning the booth in the Unreal area. But yes, thanks for watching, and I will try and stream next week on Thursday. It could be that I'm too focused on getting the build ready to stream it, but we'll see. So if there is another stream, it'll be next Thursday. Else look out for us going at EGX on the following week. Thanks everyone. I'll see you next time.